Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I'm Chris, and as always, joined by Nick Slade and Mo Brothers.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So it's going roll over your candy ass. I know that's not right. But anyways, I have my brother laughing in the background. But on today's episode, we are looking at predictions for AEW Full Gear 2022 this Saturday. I guess the positive is there's one less match compared to All Out 2022. Oh, fuck. It was at 9. I was like, great. Then he had 2 more matches. And I'm like, fuck.
God.
This is a whole lot of fuck. Yeah, so some interesting stuff happened, guys. Did you hear about this Phil Brooks incident that happened? I mean, golly gee, it's like the pro wrestling world changed yet again on the eve of potentially crowning a well-deserving world champion. Yeah. So last we left off, guys, Phil Brooks said some stuff. Then he got in fight. Then Ace Steel bit somebody. Kenny Omega reportedly moved a dog out of the way, got a dog out of harm's way, and now we're here.
No, so, you left out some things in there.
Did I really, or did I just want to get to the predictions because we have 11 matches to talk about?
Yeah, who cares about Phil Brooks anyways?
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna dive right into this with one of the matches is just not tonight because we're recording this after Wednesday's Dynamite because just in case they like pull fast one, and he did twice. So the first match we're going to talk about is for the TNT Championship, which is a triple threat match between Wardlow, Samoa Joe, and Hobbs. So lately, Hobbs has been attacking along with Samoa Joe has been attacking Wardlow and Samoa Joe every time the Gates of Agony, the Embassy, whatever you want to fucking call them, show up, they attack. And Hobbs been joining in and wants to shot a TNT title. The thing is, Wardlow's become was so obsessed with it that he wound up kind of disrespecting Samoa Joe, and even went so far as saying he wants all the titles. And then Samoa Joe promptly choked out Wardlow. So they had scuffle on Dynamite, and now we have a 3-way TNT match at Dynamite on Full Gear. So, with that being said, guys, what do you think is going to be the who you think is going to win? I think it's going to be a really good match. Just 3 amazing guys. It's going to be a big beefy hoss fight. What did you say, guys? Big beefy men battering beef. It's going to be all that.
Yeah, but so Joe's just randomly a heel.
No. See, not really, because like he just kept. The thing is, he kept on getting disrespected. You know, he kept on getting like he got shoved out of the way when he was trying to talk during a backstage segment by Wardlow. Then Wardlow disrespected again by just shoving out of the way again and then saying, "Oh, I'm going after all the gold," and then he choked him out. So I feel like it's just a matter of disrespect. So yeah, he is a heel because he kind of like shit on the crowd tonight on Dynamite. So
yeah, but what happened to Brian Cage? I thought he was going for the Ring of Honor Television Championship.
We'll get to that because that part's kind of confusing, but he's part of the World Title Eliminator tournament.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
His match got. Wait, didn't he? How did he do in that? Yeah, he's still in it.
Yeah, we'll get to that because it's kind of confusing. We'll get to that in a sec. But who you guys got to win this 3-way match?
Well, Joe's already a champion, so I don't know. They could make him a double champion. Like it's not unheard of. Like they could give it Hobbs, but I don't see Hobbs pinning Wardlow or Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Wardlow retains.
Okay, Wardlow
pinning
retains.
Hobbs.
Okay.
I am also going to go with Wardlow retaining the championship. For some reason, a part of me thinks maybe Ricky Starks would come in and mess with Hobbs, and then something would go on with Samoa Joe. But either way, I feel like Wardlow would still come out on top when it comes to this bout.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Oh, one sec. Sorry, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking Wardlow as well. To be fair, it's really cool that the odds are stacked against Wardlow, and it should be a nice, solid TNT match. But yeah, it's obviously going to be Wardlow in this one. Sorry, think the audio is not working on the. Dang it! I'll work on that later then. This has a Ixnay Audio A OBS capture A. The desktop audio is not being captured for some reason.
Okay.
So next up for the I'm gonna skip this one. We'll go to the next one, which is Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. This is continuing the feud that won't end because Christian Cage done got injured. So basically,
to be fair, they haven't had this match yet. So there's still plenty to fill in the blanks until Christian Cage is cleared.
Mm-hmm. So basically, Christian Cage got injured before his all-out match, so they had to flip Luchasaurus back to heel. So they had somebody that Jungle Boy would feud with for a while, or at least until Christian Cage is 100%.
To be fair, I think they were going to do that anyways. It was just going to be more of a full match than what it was.
Right. Okay. But yeah, so basically now we're here. They had a match at the Canada show. Thanks to chicanery by Cage, Luchasaurus won that, and now Jack Perry wants one more big match, and it's going to be a steel cage match, which their steel cage matches have had some good success overall.
Inside of a steel cage.
That should be a really good match. I'm gonna say Jungle Boy. Oh, I'm gonna say Jack Perry in this because I feel like he could win.
Both are correct.
yeah, either one could win. Spider-Man or what was he called? What was Macho Man called?
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw. Yeah.
Bonesaw's ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be either Bonesaw or Spider-Man. I'm gonna go with Spider-Man this one. I feel like he could win here. This could just simmer, put pause on the Christian Cage rivalry until at least until eventually I guess Christian Cage is 100% and Jack Perry can move on pushing through a singles thing where eventually he'll get stopped short by like Christian Cage or Luchasaurus eventually. But I'd say Jack Perry wins here just to like win now and it puts put on pause until like Cage is ready to go.
Yeah. I also agree that Jungle Boy's going to win. I do think it's funny. Remember how people used to shit on JR because he always said Jungle Boy Jack Perry instead of Jungle Boy? And now it's his actual official ring name is Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
It's so nice, isn't it?
Yes. Because honestly, JR was thinking ahead. Like the Jungle Boy name alone was kind of limited, until he gets older, but he still uses a nickname.
Yeah.
Then they could be Jungle Man.
Then he becomes Tarzan.
Tarzan. He's already Tarzan. He's Tarzan Boy. He's Tarzan Boy.
Tarzan Boy. Oh no, it's Jungle Boy because of copyright reasons. But so you guys think Jack?
Yeah, Perry's gonna win.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And then in a match, only people who love TNA saw coming.
It's my world.
It is the Team Triple J, which is Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, taking on Team Emo Dad and Emo Boy.
AKA Team Nuts.
No. It's Team Emo Dad of Boy, which is Sting and Darby Allin. Where do you start with this? Jay Lethal. Darby was trying to convince Jay Lethal to leave Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt's side. Eventually, that didn't really work out. Then we found the reason Sting wasn't around, according to Darby, was he wanted to try stuff on his own for a while. And that didn't really work out because fake Sting showed up, turned out to be Cole Carter, who was hired by Team Jay Lethal to play fake Sting, only for that to be a double swerve when Sting's music started, only for, good lord, for Jeff Jarrett to literally bust open Darby Allin with a goddamn guitar. Like literally he was just had a puddle of blood on his the mat. So we do find out is Jeff Jarrett has signed with AEW as kind of like their director of like live events, basically. The equivalent of what he had before he got randomly canned for only working at WWE for a month with the same job. I'm sorry, it's so funny. Jeff Jarrett shows up. Great. Is it TNA o'clock already at AEW? Yeah.
That train left the station a long time ago.
Yeah, so I mean, I can tell you one thing: this will be better than the Ric Flair's last match, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it's gonna be way better than that. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Sting and Darby. Apparently, they're still undefeated as a tag team. I haven't really checked that, but yeah,
why are they not on the rankings?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what to tell you, dude. But I feel. Yeah, I see Sting and Darby winning because, like, I feel like this is the only match he's gonna really have in AEW. Then he's gonna go to his backstage role, honestly. But it should be a really good match. Jesus Christ, I forgot. It's been like over 2 decades since Sting and Jeff Jarrett had their first match inside a ring. It was 3 decades roughly.
No, yeah, it had to be 3 decades ago. That was the 90s.
3 decades. Yeah, sometimes I forget. You know those memes where it's
20 years ago.
You think 20 years ago is 1992? No, it's actually 2002. But no, I think it's gonna be Sting and Darby. It should be a really fun match. If anything, like Sting always, all his matches he's had have been really fun. Like in AEW, have just been really enjoyable to watch and get entertained by, especially for 60-plus-year-old Sting taking on. Is Jeff Jarrett over 50?
Jeff Jarrett's 55. 50. He's 55.
So mid 50s Jeff Jarrett versus versus mid 60s Sting. Should be
Jeff
fun.
Jarrett can still go.
Sorry, my brother's snickering at some stuff I'm saying.
I love Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Go on.
People always shitting on Jeff Jarrett. I was like, Jeff Jarrett's great. So without him, we wouldn't have had TNA. His feud with Chino in WWF was great. He was fun in the dying days. He was one of the highlights of the dying days of WCW.
I gotta say, I will probably be going with Jeff Jarrett if he busts out any MMA moves. If he doesn't do any MMA and also, does, of course, the stroke, then I guess I would be going with the classic team of Darby and Sting.
Oh, he does have. You know what? I'm joking about the TNA jokes. I know Jeff Jarrett still can go. Like he still can get under other people's skins so well. I saw that at the beginning of the Ric Flair's last match when he was just coming to the ring and people just wanted to shit on him and his wife. But he still has the best work punches in the business.
Yeah, Jeff's great.
Yeah,
people say, "Oh, Jeff never drew a dime." He's like, "Yeah, he did.
No,
he drew a dime everywhere he went."
You know how you have to say it, right, Mo?
Like, broke 1,000 guitars.
Never drew a dime.
He never drew. No, you have to do the headbutt. Never drew a dime.
He drew a dime everywhere he went. What the fuck people were talking about?
He never
drew
shit
a dime. Jeff Jarrett.
Never.
You know what their problem is? They're all slap nuts. That's their problem.
Okay, so next up, let's see. Next up. A match we didn't expect to see at Full Gear, which is Dr. Britt Baker D don't care anymore about him. Taking on Saraya. I have been told by multiple sources on AEW that it's Saraya, not Saraya.
Potato.
So Saraya made her debut. AEW debut at Grand Slam. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew. Like apparently Tony didn't even. Apparently, according to reports, TK didn't even know. Like she was medically cleared. He just signed her.
Of course he did. That's all he does is sign people.
Now to also be fair though, we said before here, AEW doesn't need more male wrestlers. AEW needs more prolific female wrestlers.
I don't actually necessarily agree with that. I think their roster is really solid. They just need to be booked better.
Oh yeah, but like gun to head, if I had to choose between having say Sasha Banks or Kota Ibushi show up as the next signee, I'm gonna choose Sasha Banks probably gun to head because I'm like, I feel like the women's division needs more help than the men's division right now because they fucking signed Bandito. I get that he probably is going to convert over to Ring of Honor when whenever that freaking TV deal officially happens. What was I saying? Oh, anyways,
God, I'm looking at the size of their roster right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, anyways, Saraya showed up, started some shit, obviously with Britt, rhymed some stuff with the S word, and then had a decent promo on last week's Dynamite. A lot of people think Britt won the promo. A lot of people felt more it was like a stalemate. But yeah, and then Britt had a good. What was weird is Britt had a promo tonight, which sounded more like a babyface promo, like her like defending like her putting in the blood, sweat, and tears during the pandemic era of Dynamite. You know, felt more babyface, which was really odd. Felt like more of a babyface promo. Saraya barely said anything this tonight too, like a few sentences, and that's really it. Like just I'm gonna kick Britt's ass a Full Gear, and that was basically the equivalent of what she said. So the question is this, because I know we're probably all gonna choose Saraya because like it's a return, it's their debut. I made this mistake when Daniel Bryan came back at WrestleMania by choosing
I don't know what you were thinking.
I don't know what I was
thinking that day.
But somebody made a good point in this. Would it really benefit Britt in taking down Saraya and just proving like how effective and how right she is that like no, sorry, that's not what I meant. What I meant was showing how like you can still put her over and Saraya will still be safe, which I don't believe. Like honestly, I'm sticking with Saraya winning because like it's her return, it's her debut. Anybody who can take a loss will be Britt. Britt can eat the loss because it's Britt. She's still like the top female in AEW. Like it's not going to affect her. And I also say Saraya because that's going to lead me to when we get to the Interim Women's Championship match. That's going to be interesting. But I'm going to say
Saraya. The I word.
What?
You said the I word. I hate that word.
Oh, Interim.
You said it again.
I want to see Interim.
Oof.
You mean Murnt? Murnt? Interim.
Ugh.
Murnt. What? That's backwards for interim. Okay, sorry. What do you guys choose?
Saraya.
Mo?
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you guys. It's I feel like they're not really doing much in terms of promos just because of a couple of things. One, a matter of like trying to build up, like it's not as much focus on the women's division as usually for the men's, but also just the fact that you're seeing these two go at it. I feel like they're going to tell enough of a story in the ring with what's going to happen than really worrying about build up prior.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to make this about like Britt being the one who's been there since the beginning and like defending against Saraya, who feels like an infidel. I guess the one first word comes to mind, like somebody coming in who doesn't have any right to say it's her like home and stuff. So that's that main crux of it. But
Did you say infidel?
That's the first word that came to mind. Like intruder, like
outsider.
Thank you.
Invader.
And I get that, but at the same time, like, isn't Saraya supposed to be the face of the situation? And people are still cheering for Britt, you know? I mean, but yeah, I think it's gonna.
Well, I mean, it could be a continuing narrative, especially with like people that have been following AEW for a while. They see former WWE stars, you know, get brought over, and then they have all the spotlight on them, and then people that have been with AEW since the beginning are kind of just fighting for their spot, really. So, and that way there is a storyline there if they were going to tout it that way, where it's just like, Baker is representing the company that you guys are all here to see, and then it's against this ex WWE star who just comes in, says some words, and then expects to get all the glory.
Yeah,
no, I can see it like that. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with
Brett.
Sorry, not Brett. Sorry on this one.
Yeah, the thing that doesn't really work for me in that logic is that Britt always gets the glory. She wins all the time, and if you really look at the pattern when they bring in ex WWE guys, they come in, they get a big debut, they wrestle a couple weeks, and they disappear for months at a time, and then you occasionally see them again. It's because their roster is so bloated they can't book everybody. Just not enough hours in a week to put everyone on the show. Like Miro, he disappears like months at a time, and I don't know. It's just I just never really liked that logic. I get how logic could work. It's just I don't feel like they booked the stars in a way for that logic to work. Because MGF always tries to bring that up.
So next up, we have for the real AEW TBS Championship, we have Jake Gargill, TBS champion Jake Gargill versus TBS champion Nyla Rose. Honestly, this has been fun. So basically on a rampage a few weeks ago, Nyla Rose stole Jake Gargill's TBS championship belt. And since has been walking around not only mocking Jade, but having such a fun time, having open challenges for the championship belt, doing pantomiming Jade's moves in the ring, all that stuff. I just hate for a fact I have to say Jade's going to win this, because I would have been fine with Nyla winning the TBS championship. Like, it feels like Statlander getting injured kind of halted their plans of taking the title off of Jade. Like, it feels like it was going to go to Statlander. Like, the TBS championship's next person to hold it would be Statlander. Like, Jade's coming on like 1 year and like a couple months with the TBS championship. But as much as I would love Nyla to win this, I feel like Jade's going to retain and finally get her title belt back. What do you guys think?
Ditto.
I think I'm just gonna spice things up a little and think that Nyla's gonna overpower Jade, and then maybe she would be like a transitional TBS champion, but I mean, it kind of put a little bit more interest compared to seeing Jade just run through like everyone and just build up this streak that kind of I'm not too interested in after a while.
Yeah, so current people have it to where people are thinking that she'll get to I think she's like 39-0 right now. People are thinking she can get to 49-0, and whoever beats her prevents her from getting to 50 straight wins. And take the title off her. A lot of people are saying, even though they've already fought a few times, a lot of people are saying a good replacement for Statlander would be Willow Nightingale, which I'd be fucking all for. I think Willow has so much amazing charisma. Like, it is extremely infectious. Like, what's funny too is when she was in the ring and got the news she signed with All Elite Wrestling, she even said on Twitter, "I'm so excited. I didn't notice the giant screen behind me that showed I was All Elite." But yeah,
I was gonna say that I think Willow should go for the Ring of Honor Women's title. That title that everyone forgot exists.
Yeah. Well, the less said about Final Battle, the better. So next up, we have, speaking of the Ring of Honor Championship, we have a 4-way match pitting Jericho against Danielson, Castagnoli, and Guevara. So AEW decided to do the stupidest move ever, in my opinion, and that is have Garcia go right back to JAS because reasons. stupid reasons. And like, tiny part of me hoping it's all ruse and Garcia still turns on Jericho, but like, I doubt it. They just feel like they just doubt it. Like they pulled a hater. Remember what I said they were going to do? And they did. They pulled a hater on Garcia. Basically, they dialed him back so hard. And so hard, in fact, that the crowd hates him again. So basically, Danielson's tired of like Jericho and JS's crap, especially with Garcia for everything he did for Garcia. Casanova involved because he's technically counts as a former Ring of Honor World Champion now. And that's the spiel Jericho's been on. He wants to take on all former Ring of Honor champions, even if it's non-world title. We saw that a couple weeks ago when Colt Cabana answered the challenge.
That was so lame. Like, really, you built it up for a week. Oh, former Ring of Honor champion. Who's it going to be? It's Colt Cabana, who held the Ring of Honor tag title for like 20 days back in 2002. We don't talk about that person anymore.
Nah, man, I thought it was great. But anyways, so that's Jericho when Jericho first Jericho first announced his match, he kind of implies the Guevara like touch of death thing where he knows what to do. He knows what to do when it comes time. Yeah. So, and that's the only thing we have going to. I think it's gonna be a fun match. I just don't care anymore. Like, you have 4 amazing wrestlers in this match, and I just don't care. Like, Ring of Honor titles are one of the reasons AEW's been bogged down recently. With the crap with the Gates of Agony, with the Ring of Honor Television Championship stuff, the Pure Champ. I'm just tired. It's like, I just want this TV deal to happen so I can get the Ring of Honor stuff off my AEW stuff. Am I going to watch Ring of Honor stuff? I'm just probably going to watch the pay-per-views. But, like, get the Ring of Honor stuff off my AEW. Like, I'm just tired.
Put your peanut butter in my chocolate.
No, there's a difference there. I wouldn't mind having some chocolate in my peanut butter. This is like having...
Well, what if you have diabetes? Then you're not going to want that chocolate and the peanut butter.
Yeah, Kristen.
So, but regardless, I still think, for what my opinion is, I still think it's going to be a good match. I think Jericho's going to retain. I mean, I feel like they're still maybe building up to like him defending against somebody at Final Battle, whoever that may freaking be. Like, if I had to choose somebody else winning this, I would say Danielson. Like, that's it. I would say Danielson wins it and becomes, as far as I know, a 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion.
Yeah,
did he win it? He only won it once originally.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can. If I had to choose somebody else, it would be Danielson. But for this, I'm just going to choose Jericho. What do you guys think?
I agree. Jericho's going to retain. And I think whoever he doesn't pin, whether it be Brian or Castagnoli, is who he's going to face the final battle.
Well,
I want to say Sammy's going to win.
That would be funny.
Just as a huge, just even more of a kind of a fuck you to Ring of Honor. Because, I mean, Jericho's whole thing is just being like apparently the most disrespectful Ring of Honor champion ever. And the only way that you could make it worse is like Jericho has like a long storied history. So you gotta give him that. But if Sammy won, and if like Jericho laid down on the ground at some point just to let Sammy pin him because that's sports entertainment.
That would be a little funny.
Dude, what if they do that? No, seriously. What if they do that? What if they reenact Finger Poke of Doom?
They probably will.
Of course, Brian or Claudio, breaks it up. But what if they pull the Finger Poke of Doom? Just the opening match, like Claudio and Brian are knocked out, and they go up. They do the whole spot like Hogan and Nash did, and then out of nowhere it gets poked, and he does the whole. Whoop! And it's Sammy too, so he can really oversell it. Dude. And then honestly, that would be the funnest spot of the match. But
I feel
Yeah,
like
I'm
it
gonna
wouldn't
go.
go the exact finger poke of doom route, but I do get this sentiment where it's like maybe Jericho just like it's like, oh no, I tripped. I'm on my back. I hope someone doesn't do their top rope move to me. Oh, Sammy, you're up there. Oh no.
Oh no.
No, that would be great if audio picked that up on the camera for the people watching at home. Where you hear Jericho sing.
Oh,
Oh no! Whatever shall I do? I am defenseless. And then Sammy just yells, "Here I come!" He probably yelled. He probably yelled that on his wedding night too. So next matchup we have for the Moretni AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm defending against Jamie Hayter. So basically, the whole backstory is Jamie and Toni used to be bunkmates, and they used to be friends. And then of course Jamie went her way, Toni went hers, and now they're here. Of course, we already know, we've already discussed this before, when we say they pulled a Hayter, and that is they still haven't turned Jamie Hayter face. Not yet, though she's one of the more over women currently on AEW. And that's where we're at now. So I'm still gonna say Toni retains. My fun theory about if Hayter wins and Britt loses her matches, you can do that breakup between the two. Yeah, it's once again them just using a title as a crutch, as a storyline crutch, but like I can see them doing that basically, where she wins, Britt loses her match, and they're at odds because Jamie has achieved something higher than Britt did that night. You know, she let outsider beat her, and she takes it on Jamie, and Jamie turns face and shit like that. But I'm still gonna go with Toni on this one. But that's a good theory. I heard online
and that's just a
Jamie
theory. A wrestling theory.
And Austin theory.
We don't talk about Austin.
Hey, he doesn't come off his cell phone anymore, so that's progress. What do you guys think?
I don't care because it's not for the real belt.
Okay, it's not for the real belt. I still need an answer from you.
Toni Storm's going to retain because it'd be really stupid if her only reign was just as interim. Honestly, they're now saying Thunder Rosa may not be back until spring. I was like, then just strip her the title and make Storm the champion. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother about this earlier. That's the one MMA rule I wish TK would ignore, and it's the interim belt rule.
It hurts to receive the titles, in my opinion. And it's insulting to the champion, the person holding the interim belt.
So now we're going to bring up this match because this was made official on Dynamite tonight, that they could have just waited to do this at Full Gear. And they
wanted them buy rates, man.
Death Triangle defending their trios tag team championships against the returning Elite. So basically, there's been some fun little mini vignettes where it shows them being Dano snapped out of iconic moments in AEW history, even them removing the E from the AEW logo, them replacing the Elite with Death Triangle and promotions and images and title wins, stuff like that. It's been clever. And then last week they hinted that the Elite are basically returning at Full Gear. Tonight, Death Triangle responded to these hints and rumors, and in the stupidest way possible, they say this: cut to match graphic that has an empty right spot, and then in pops the Elite on the match graphic image. I'm like, you could just save it. Like it's like us knowing that Adam Cole was probably going to show up that night at last year's All Out. It's like, okay, we know it, but we're still going to enjoy the surprise. Like, you save the surprise for... We have a couple really big profile matches on tonight. But this one's a challenge because, like, do you just give it back to the Elite, the trios titles? Like, Death Triangle's barely had it for, like, what? They've had it for, like, 2.5 months now. They won it, they won it after All Out. They went the week after all.
As of this recording, by the time they've held the...
About 2 months, right?
73 days.
So yeah, a little over 2 months. I don't know.
That's not a bad length.
Yeah, but it's technically the first actual run with the trios titles. It's first actual run with the trios titles, and they decide to just give them back to the Elite after only like 2 months.
Well, to be fair, as much as we love Death Triangle, they were fill-in champions until the Elite came back. It's now time for the reign. They're playing for the Elite to go into motion.
I mean, you can assume that the that the Elite are going to win just because they're making an appearance, or it could be, a whole fake out, and the Elite aren't going to be at Full Gear.
No, they've made it blatantly obvious that they're coming back at Full Gear. They made that blatantly obvious last week.
I don't know. I see Don Callis just being like, I'm the mastermind behind all this. You thought the Elite were going to come back that quickly? No. You got to wait. And then it's like, whatever.
Hey, no. That's a good idea. Sorry, Ramo. That's a good idea, because then what you can do is it's a fake out. And instead, it's the returning House of Black, because they've been hinting at them returning the last few weeks now. It could be a returning House of Black instead, and they could win the trios titles.
I mean, you literally had them rise from the dead. I don't think it's more than hinting.
I mean, yeah, I know, but like, you could do that. Mo actually has a good thought there about like Don Callis faking them out, and it's actually House of Black that shows up instead. So okay, so with that thought in the process, I'm going to say, so if it's legitimately the Elite show up, they do their thing, they do what they do best. I see the Elite win, just so we can get back on track with their original run they had planned before the whole fallout from All Out happened.
The fallout from All Out.
Yeah, there's a couple other good lines, but that's the one I like the most. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Elite. But if Mo's theory is true, I would say House of Black.
And that's just a theory. A Mo theory.
Jesus Christ.
Regardless, I'm gonna stick with Death Triangle.
You're gonna stick with Death Triangle, okay?
Yeah, I'm going. I think if I didn't make that obvious, I'm going with Elite.
Okay. So let me just write this stuff down.
All right, 3 more to go. I've just got long. This is gonna be another long night, guys.
Don't remind me. So next up we have, okay, so this one's a bit confusing, so bear with me on this. So currently is I'm going to call it the world, I hate the name of this because they have like 50 different names for it, but basically the World Title Eliminator Tournament Finals, where the winner will receive the opportunity at the AEW World Champion at Winter is Coming in December. So right now, on one side, Ethan Page has made it to the finals. Tonight, he beat Bandito in a decent match. And here's where it gets confusing, because last week, it was supposed to be Lance Archer versus Ricky Starks, but Lance Archer attacked Ricky Starks, and they weren't able to have the match. So now it's still... I don't remember this, Chris. Do you remember? Did they say it was...
So far, they've stated that Friday we have the Ricky Starks and Lance Archer match, but then they still haven't said anything about
okay, thank you. So basically, yeah, so Friday on Rampage will be Starks versus Archer, but the problem is Brian Cage hasn't had his tournament match. Archer Starks is the lead into the other half of the semis.
Yeah, and they haven't sense.
So me and my brother are guessing. I guess they're gonna be making it part of the buy-in.
Oh yeah, because the paper's not long enough.
It's gonna be part of the buy-in. Okay, but here, just for the sake of all the confusion, we're just gonna stick with the match that's gonna be on Full Gear. So all I want from you guys is who you think is gonna be on the right-hand side and who you think is gonna ultimately win. So for me, I think it's gonna be Ricky Starks on the right-hand side. But considering who I want to win the main event match of the night, I'm going to say Ethan Page wins because that is story-wise goes into who I think is going to win the World Championship and who's going to challenge him at Winter is Coming. So what are your guys' thoughts?
I agree. Ricky Stark's going to be in the finals, but I think Ricky Stark's going to win.
Okay. You see Ricky Stark's over. Okay, Mo, what about you?
I feel like Ricky Starks might not recover from whatever injury he had with Archer and get taken out. But then ultimately, I feel like Ethan Page is going to be the one who comes out on top in the end and is fighting in Winter is Coming.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So yeah, it should be a good match overall. I mean, Ethan Page for Ricky Starks, that's gonna be a really good match if you have time for that. So next up, we have the Acclaimed defending their AEW Tag Team Championships against Swerve in Our Glory, the rubber match, folks. So they had a banger of a match.
Go ahead.
Go on, Nick. Go on.
I was gonna say. I thought AEW doesn't do rematches.
Well, so let's talk about this. So basically, they had a banger match at All Out. People were generally surprised they didn't call audible and just give it to the Acclaimed. Then they had the match at Grand Slam. Wasn't as good as the first match, but Acclaimed won. And now we're here after, because of interference from the Gun Club, FTR lost number one contenders match against Swerve in Our Glory for this title opportunity. So that's where we're at now. Also, they're hinting at Swerve and Keith eventually breaking up post this match. Though some people are speculating that pardon the pun, there may be a double Swerve and actually Keith turns heel.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not a fan of that either. They did have a funny music video. They had Captain Insano in it tonight. Yeah, it was Captain Insano and all his in the actual same ring gear and everything. It was fucking hilarious. It was part of the Acclaim's music video.
Well, you gotta use that trademark.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Acclaimed on this one. I think they're gonna retain. I feel like I know it should be FTR Swerve in Our Glory, but at the same time, I can also see FTR the Acclaim being a great match too. Yeah. So, what do you guys think?
I think the Acclaim's gonna retain.
Okay.
I'm going with the Acclaimed. They seem to be getting a lot of promotion going on right now. I don't see that stopping anytime soon. So they can keep on scissoring all they want.
Yep. Okay. So the Acclaimed. Okay. Fine. And now in our main event match, we have for the AEW World Championship match. It is Jon Moxley defending against...
you gotta say his name right.
I don't have the word all. You can go ahead if you want.
Jon Moxley
defending against the Casino Battle Royale ladder match poker chip winner MJF. Okay, where do you start with this? So according to reports, it originally was supposed to be CM Punk versus MJF at All Out. Then Punk got Dems injured, and then the media scrum happened, and now we're here. Oh no! Before the media scrum happened, of course, MJF hired the firm, got the chip, and I guess it's kind of treated like not a Money in the Bank, but kind of is treated like Money in the Bank, but basically, it was supposed to be MJF versus Punk originally at All Out. Things changed, and then it was supposed to be MJF Punk at Grand Slam, but the media scrum happened. Oh, and Punk got injured in the match too. So, then he talked shit about a guy having his mom on a joint bank account. Punk did. And then eventually John won the title back, becoming the first ever 3-time AEW World Champion. Okay, fine. Makes sense. You know, I'm sad Brian didn't win it, but makes total sense. And now we're here.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Go ahead.
Now we're here with MJF having fired the firm and for not being happy about it and attacking him. And now MJF maybe turning tweener face, possibly. A lot of speculation about this. A lot, yeah. So my choice is MJF. Regardless if he turns heel, face, tweener, whatever. I feel like Moxley's the perfect person put it on so MJF can win it. You know, regardless of who interferes, who doesn't interfere, stuff like that. I'm going to go with MJF winning.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like they're ready to put the belt on MJF. I hope they don't turn him face or even tweener. That'd be a really bad move. Because MJF's just a natural heel. It's kind of like The Miz. I never thought The Miz worked as a face because it just never came off genuine. I feel like that would be similar with MJF. He's just a natural asshole. And I just never, anytime he tried to pretend to be a face, like there's feud with Punk and everything, it just didn't come off genuine. I just didn't buy. He's just a natural asshole, and they should just keep embracing that.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I could definitely see if MJF became champion, how much and how arrogant he would become, walking out to his music, probably commanding everyone around him to do stuff because he's now AEW champion. And he'd be, no, he wouldn't be one of the first ones, but you know, I could see them playing it up that angle. I mean, Moxley has been multi-time AEW champion. If there were a time for him to you know, drop the belt, I guess this would be it. Especially with everything going on with MJF, I feel like this is to, you know, push him along.
All right. Well, yeah. So that is our predictions, folks, for AEW Full Gear 2022. And the last thing I'm going to ask, what do you guys think is going to be the best match of the night?
Best match of the night.
The trios match.
Trios?
That could be one. Let me look at the list again. I'm going to go with the 4-way Ring of Honor title match.
See, I'm split between that and the one Mo said, because both of them are going to be really good. Honestly, I am legitimately just psyched for the AEW World Championship match. Regardless of what happens, I think it's going to be a really good match. I think it's going to be a well-deserved win for MJF if he does win. But
he's going to win.
Yeah. For the sake of it, I'm going to go with the Trios Tag Team Championship match because it's the Elite and Death Triangle, like 6 of the best wrestlers around in a ring together. Like, fuck. It's going to be a banger of a match, but yeah, I'm going to choose that. So that's going to do it, folks, for our prediction special for full year 2022. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about some AEW Full Gear action or predictions for this matter, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what your thoughts are and predictions as well for AEW Full Gear 2022. What do you think is going to be your standout match at night? What do you think? Hey, what do you think is going to be any big surprises or returns and stuff like that? Is anything like monumental going to happen aside from what we've already predicted? Let us in the comments down below. Put down what you thought. Our reaction overall. Most importantly, we thank you for watching. Now, gentlemen, where can they find you somewhere on the internet?
Well, of course, you can find me at my official website, nicholasslade.com. Leads to all my social media. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. You know the deal. And also, hey, you can also check out 40geeksing.com. Check out my old articles and some reviews. Be a pal. Check it out.
Be a pal. Yeah, pal. Mo?
Yeah, Mo, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Well, just like in real life, I wander the streets, and by the streets I mean the streets of the internet, just merrily singing a happy song along the way. And if you happen to hear my tunes, just call out the name Afro Mobro, and I might come a running. But you better beware, because you may not know what I'm gonna do next. But
What are you, Beetlejuice? Just say your name 3 times, you're just gonna show up?
no, you just have to say it once and make sure that you have money on you, and we'll be good.
Are you
That's
gonna
it.
mug him? Like, what are you doing?
No, what? You're the one who's saying mug. I'm just saying follow Afro Mobro on Instagram. You may see me on the internet. I have some stuff out on music streaming services under the same name. But beyond that, that's how you can find me. And then maybe if you're like in your room with the lights off and you're looking in the mirror and you chant my name a couple times, I may or may not appear behind you.
Okay, folks. So, ignoring that, you guys also keep an eye out for AEW Full Gear prediction. Oh no, Full Gear reactions coming up around the corner. Just keep an eye out for that as well. I'm gonna have some fun with this once 11 matches, because AEW doesn't know how to count. Because War Games right now is like probably just gonna be 6, like it usually is. I'm like, cool.
Well, good. Solid 6 matches. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So, I gotta ask you, Nick. Did you hear about the new match they introduced at NXT? Nick? Oh no, we lost Nick.
Oh,
no. I want to ask him a question, because on
about the Iron Man or
the Iron Survivor match, and it's literally, except for the stupid rule about the tag title hanging above the ring, it's pretty much King of the Mountain.
Okay.
No, we lost Nick. Nicholas.
We're talking about a TNA style match, and we've lost Nick.
Though I guess I said interim too many times. I don't know.
Well, let's get interim Nick Slade in.
Nick. Oh wait, I clicked it. No. Oh no, he dropped out of the call. Oh no. Oh, I guess I'll just
ask him later.
Yeah, I guess we'll ask him later what he thinks. But that's gonna do it, folks. So until the Full Gear reactions, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Mo. And
the other guy with us was Nick Slade. And that has been a very Jesus Christ. That has been a very
interim
full
show.
Interim filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. So we will see you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.